I always like read about it beforehand, and I look at who's person what. I'm like, okay, wait, I see which ones are like my people, and I know who's not my people. Like
One that's like anti-tax.
the one that was like equal marriage, I was like, oh, vote no.
Hey y'all, we can hear y'all's conversation.
Hi, Christina, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Hello?
I just wanted to let y'all know. What's it called? My Wi-Fi sucks, so let me know.
Oh,
But
it's being live streamed already. No, he just said he could hear us.
hello?
But not
But we
no,
weren't talking.
Oh, is that why Chris doesn't know what's happening? Well, I think you have to talk. Chris.
Hey Chris, what's up?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because for some reason I was just in a meeting before this and it was acting weird. So I think it might be my Wi-Fi. They should fix the hill problems. Maybe we should advocate for that. The Wi-Fi. Anyway, okay, I'll shut up now.
You're audible and clear. Thank you.
Where's my headset?
One second. And then you seem like. That's about it. And I'll call you. I'll call you up. I'll be like, our budget review director. Wait, Chris, can you hear us now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, wait. We're gonna test to see what you can.
Hello? Okay, I think you said you guys were going to test. Okay, perfect.
Someone's knocking on the door.
Right at the beginning. Maybe like number 3. Like 5.
You got me red-handed.
I would ask Jonathan. Because USAC office there. USAC office is parking. You have to pay for it.
Wait, yeah, we're good.
When we're doing when we're doing approval of the like amendments, I have to ask if we can add allocations that are. It doesn't change anything. We just did last minute allocation.
They're not on the sheet yet?
No, they've been on the sheet for sure an hour. But I have to ask if I actually get an approval to put them on the sheet as last minute.
Are they already on the sheet now?
Yeah.
I don't think it's-
No.
Like I looked into the.
Okay, everyone, let's take our seats.
We need like for approval ahead. You know,
Everyone's online.
no, like
Or
Whatever, maybe the camera won't be on.
Yeah, we can vaguely hear y'all.
sorry, Chris.
I think it kicked me out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have my camera off because it keeps kicking me out. I think it's the Wi-Fi here in my
Okay,
space.
no problem.
But we can only hear you, Adam.
Yeah, it's because I'm the only one talking into the mic.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly make a. Hi guys, I'm Sophie. I'm your AV tech. Let me know if you have any technical difficulties with the mics or the Zoom or anything. And just remember that when you're using the mics, make sure to speak directly into it, holding it parallel to the floor. And don't turn them off, please. Thank you.
Okay, I call this meeting to order at 7:06 p.m. With that being said, do we have any amendments to the agenda? Nico.
Hi, everyone. I would like to motion to add extra allocations to the agenda for the USA/BOD programming fund.
I second.
Nico motions, Tamim seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 12-0 vote, that is approved. Are there any more amendments to the agenda? Alicia.
Can I strike ARC allocations and can I table the Mother Orgs Coalition history presentation for next week, please?
Yes.
Cute.
Sheridan?
Hi, could I motion, wait, I don't know if the motion, can I motion to add, CS Transpo allocations to the agenda? I think you have to be approved.
Okay, yeah. Can we get a second?
Second.
Carolyn motions, Javi seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 12 to 0 vote, that is approved. Any more amendments to the agenda? Josh?
Hi, can I please strike Harbin Greenwald from appointments? And then can I also add a special presentation introducing Lorai from SGS?
Yes.
Second.
Or we don't, do we have to vote on that now? Bethany?
Hi, can I please strike capital contingency allocations?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any more amendments to the agenda? Josh?
Wait, sorry, just a question. For the extra allocations for bot and the TS Transpo allocation, should that go under new business or under funding?
Funding. Any final amendment to the agenda? Seeing none, could we please get a motion? Sorry, Robbie.
Motion to approve the October 29th USAC agenda.
Alicia,
Second.
Javi. Robbie motions, Javi seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Tommy, is your hand up? Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 13 to 0 vote, the agenda is approved. Do we have any minutes to approve? Can we get a motion? Yeah.
Okay. I motion to approve the agenda minutes for the October 22nd USAC meeting.
Seconds. Microphone, please. I second. Kara motions, Chris Ramsey seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 14 to 0 motion, the minutes are passed. Next, we have March 18, March 12.
March 12th, yeah. Motion to approve the March 12th, 2024 USAC minutes.
Second.
Robbie motions, Javi seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 14 to 0 vote, the minutes are approved. With that being said, we are now going to go into public comment. Just a reminder of some of our community guidelines. Use gender inclusive language. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom for accountability, no dehumanizing language, and use gender inclusive language, please. With that being said, do we have anyone that's here in person for public comment? Do we have anyone online that's here for public comment? Nilaya?
Hi, I'm Nalaya. I just wanted to come back to this week's USAC meeting to say thank you guys so much for your discretionary funding allocation of $5,000 last week for the Indian Student Union Garba. We ended up being able to, thank you, Adam, we ended up being able to expedite our CPC regular application, and we're able to fund like all of our facilities without needing to use the $5,000 discretionary fund. So I will happily return all of that to you. So thank you again so much for your help with securing our rentals. It was a great event and a final hurrah for me as a senior. So I really, really appreciated it.
Thank you so much. I think this is the first time someone's giving us money. Do you have anyone else that's here online for public comment?
Yeah, no, enjoy your money. Bye, y'all.
If so, please raise your hands. Seeing none, I will close public comment at 7:12 p.m. We're going to move on to our normal agenda items, starting off with contingency. We have Bethany.
Hi, this week we had a total contingency programming request of $32,460, and we recommend an allocation of $11,535.67 for 48 non-USAC entities, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I've also sent it in the chat.
If there are no questions, could we please get a motion to approve? Yes, Robbie.
There we go. Motion to approve $11,535.67 to 48 non-USAC entities.
I second.
Robbie motions, Nico seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against and all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 14-0 votes, that motion passes. Next, we have SFS allocations with Carolyn.
Hi, this week SFS allocated $4,046.24 to 4 non-USAC entities.
Since this
And
is a
I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you. Since this is a consent item, is there any opposition? Seeing none, we're going to move on to Carolyn with SWC allocations. I mean, sorry, Kiara. Sorry.
You're good. Let's see. This week for the SWC programming fund allocations, we recommend one allocation to a total of $680. One allocation of $680 to one non-USAC entity.
Since this is a consent item, is there any opposition? Seeing none, we're going to move on to bag.
Woo! Okay. Yeah, so for this second bag cycle of the fall, we recommended allocations of $4,463.62 to, ooh, can I count? 5 non-USAC entities.
Any opposition? Seeing none, we're going to move on to ASRF with Espino.
Good evening, everyone. I recommend, or are we motion? It's mine motion. It's a
No,
recommend.
it's a consent item.
Okay, perfect. I thought so. Okay, so we recommend $1,397 with 1 cent to 4 non-USAC entities.
Is there any opposition? Seeing none, we're going to move on to the AAC Travel Grant Mini Fund.
For this round of applications, we recommend $300 to 1 non-USAC entity.
Is there any opposition? Seeing none, we're going to move on to TGIF with Addicts.
Hi everyone. The Green Initiative Fund allocated $31,251.43 to 6 non-USAC entities and 0 USAC entities, and I'll send that in the chat.
Thank you, Addicts. We're going to move on to Nico with USA BOD.
Hi all, I'll be passing off BOD allocations to our budget review director, Mefra Yisha.
Hello, this week USA BOD approved funding of $55,117.30 for 28 non-USAC entities and 1 USAC entity.
We get a motion. Could you repeat the number? Could someone write it down?
Oh, I'll just repeat it one last time. So the amount is $55,117.30 for 28 non-USAC entities and 1 USAC entity.
Nico.
I motion to approve the USA/BOD allocations totaling $55,117.38 for 28 non-USAC entities and 1 USAC entity.
I second. Nico motions, Chris Ramsey seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 13-0 vote, that is approved. Next, we have BOD again. Sorry? Combine them? Okay. Last but not least, we have Carolyn with CS Transpo allocations.
Hi, everyone. Just as FYI, CS Transpo is CSC's other funding body, and it does allocations twice a quarter. So this will be popping up on the agenda here and there. Okay, this cycle CS Transpo requests an allocation of $64,514.24 to 30 entities, and 5 were USAC affiliated entities. Let me put that in the chat.
Could someone motion? Motion. Kiara.
I motion to approve the CS Transpo request or a CS Transpo allocation of $6,514.24 to 30 entities, including 5 that were USAC entities.
Second that motion.
Kiara motions, Chris Espino seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against and all abstaining, please raise your hands. With a 14 to 0 vote, the allocation is passed. Next, we have a very important special presentation on our new SGS staffer. Jonathan, you want to?
Yes, hello all. Very exciting week for us here in SGS. We have our wonderful new student government support specialist here, Lorelei. I'm just gonna pass over to her, let her introduce herself. If y'all have any questions for her, go ahead for it. But otherwise, I know some of you will have one-on-ones with her soon. If you want to have a one-on-one with her and you don't, feel free to just sign up for one anyway, or as always, come on by the office and say hello. But she'll be, onboarding for the next while and learning. She comes to us from a different system, so it's a lot of learning. You all have a lot of niches, so bear with us as we onboard.
Hi everyone, my name is Lorelei. As Jonathan said, I'm less familiar with UCLA's system. I graduated from Cal Poly Pomona and was the representative for the College of Education there, where we represented individual colleges rather than commissions and funds. So I'm excited to learn with all of you and to assist you throughout all your projects and endeavors. And thank you.
Thank you. We're going to move on to our appointments, starting off with Academic Senate. We have Arya, who I believe is online.
Hi, yes. Can
Yeah,
you see me now? I was on
we can
the.
hear you. We can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
Just a reminder for all appointments on how appointments work. You're going to start off with a 1-minute opening statement, followed by a 15-minute question and answer period by council members, then a 1-minute closing statement. After that, we'll hear ARC's recommendations, followed by council deliberations, and then we'll have a vote. With that being said, Arya, whenever you're ready, please go ahead with your 1-minute opening statement.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. My name is Arya, she, her pronouns. I'm a first-year applied mathematics student, and I'm applying to be an academic senator on the Council on Planning and Budget. Overall, I think I'm a good fit for this position because I've had previous work with finance and budgeting and other leadership positions that I've had in my high school. I have very good communication skills. So as an academic senator, my job is to amplify voices on campus that previously have a hard time being amplified, and then just talking to many different groups on campus to get their priorities achieved. So I have good communication skills in that aspect. I want to have a voice on campus and help those groups because where I come from, I'm from Florida, so it's kind of a very Republican state, and we have a few marginalized groups there. So I've seen the effects that my state have had on them, and I want to have an impact in that area. I also have just good reading and comprehension skills, so I'm good with reading reports and just a strong work ethic and sense of commitment.
Thank you. We're now going to move on to the 15-minute question and answer period. With that being said, do any council members have any questions? Chris Espino.
Hello, thank you so much for being here today, and my apologies for my camera off.
No, you're good.
My question for you is, can you please talk about a certain leadership role you've had or a space you've been in where you've carried out a project or initiative?
Yeah, so I was previously very medicine focused in high school. So I was the president of this club called Biomedical Engineering Society. I think we actually have a UCLA chapter. We work with the UCLA chapter here. And one of the projects I carried out was a project on kind of like cell transformation and like generating organs like in the classroom. And to do that, I had to work with like a bunch of students at different grade levels, so like 9th, 10th, 11th, depending on the different levels of experiences, providing resources to the students who didn't know much about the topics we were talking about. So like finding professors from other colleges to talk to us, working with them personally one-on-one a little bit more than the other students who were older. And that just taught me a lot about how to kind of cater to specific students' needs and how to basically communicate with them and understand their level of understanding in certain topics to help them grow just as much as the students who had already been working for a while and were older. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite leadership experiences just because I also got to work with the national organization and learned a lot of skills on talking to like executives since BMES is like a national organization. So I talked to a lot of my school heads and then the national organization.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions from council members? Kiara.
Hi there. Thank you for being here tonight. The question I wanted to ask you is, so if appointed to this position, within the committee, going into the recommendations that it makes based on like budget and how things will be allocated to whether it's different groups, from your experience and just about you as a person, what would you say are some of the values and approaches that you would take to making those decisions and being part of the conversations with other people on the academic senate to make those type of decisions? So yeah, basically what are your values that would drive you in those decisions and what approaches would you take in those settings?
Yeah, of course. So I understand that as an academic senator, I present like student perspectives during agendized topics during the open sessions and then consulting with the committee analysts to introduce new topics to the agenda. So I would say some of my values that I really hope for and ones that came up during the ARC interview as well were like transparency and accountability. And I think that really occurs through like open communication. That's one, free communication and frequent communication. So I hope to talk to like many of like, for example, mother organizations on campus or like LGBTQ students or transfer students to see what they need so that I can properly allocate the educational resources that are on the agenda to them. And again, like their priorities. I would say other values I have are probably to just be honest with everything, like with what I'm speaking to both like parties. So for example, the organization that I'm talking to, the student groups on campus, and then also the faculty and the council itself. I really want to bring about like the opinion I heard and like use my position to actually make a difference. Like I said before, I really do prioritize like a sense of work ethic and commitment. I really truly believe that if you take up a project or take up a responsibility, it's really up to you to fulfill it to the fullest of your abilities and give it your all because say you are working in a group, you would want others to do the same and so hold yourself accountable as well. So yeah, I would say those are some of my main priorities.
Chris Espino.
Wow. First and foremost, I'm very impressed and I want to applaud you. You've definitely done your research. Policy analyst, open session. I'm hearing that research has been done into what the academic senate does particularly. So my question for you is, my second question is, what is a specific issue? We've talked a little, you've identified some of your values, some of the values that, profoundly lead your work. So what is a specific issue that you reckon is very challenging here at UCLA, and how would you go about bringing that issue to the attention of the committee and working towards rectifying? So perhaps some solutions if you have any, or some ideas for potential solutions.
Yeah, of course. So here's an example. One that I talked about with Josh during the art committee that he brought up was like certain campus use, so like places and offices that like places where clubs meet are being like transferred to other clubs whose priorities aren't as like I think societally important. For example, like the scuba diving club got like an office that was given like that was previously for a like clothing organization that gave clothing to like the needy. And I think that that's just an example of like a switch that shouldn't have even happened. Or like talking to like transfer students on campus who I know they have like difficulties with for example, like transfer students in business have difficulties with getting to that same like level that first years were at because like recruiting starts sophomore season and like for example like priorities like those, kind of like giving them the same opportunities. So I think I would go about changing those by one, talking to the committee analysts and bringing that to the agenda in the first place so that it can be brought attention to and spoken about. And I think that would require talking to those groups specifically, really getting down the points that like the things they're having trouble with, things they want to focus on. And then I would say some solutions to that would just be to talk to the committee and see what educational resources we can give them to that so that they can benefit from it and be on the same level as like other students on campus.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Are there any other questions from council members? Seeing none, Arya, whenever you're ready, please go ahead with your 1-minute closing statements.
Right. So again, my name is Arya. I am applying to be an academic senator on the Council of Planning and Budget on Planning and Budget. And anything that may have not been spoken about in the interview is that, I was previously vice president of my school's student council. So I do have some experience with speaking to students specifically and really seeing what they need. And I think that's something I prioritize most, more than even like the finance and budgeting aspect of the council. And then I'm also a CR on campus, a community representative. So a lot of my, like some of my community experience will come from that throughout the year too. I would say overall, I just really want to make a difference in my position and actually carry out the role that I've been given. I hope to develop my communication skills even further in this position and really amplify the students' voices on campus in any way I can.
Thank you. We're now going to hear ARC's recommendations.
Araya presented an exemplary interview with ARC. During her interview, Araya demonstrated significant interest in continuing to learn more about USAC and the Academic Senate. Araya had a strong desire to improve academic equity by prioritizing educational resources for financially insecure and marginalized students on campus. ARC is looking forward to seeing what Araya will accomplish in her role and recommends Araya for this appointment with a 3-0 vote.
Thank you, Josh. We're now going to move on to council member deliberations. Do any council members have any concerns or comments before we move to a vote? Spino.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention that I'm very impressed with the interview. I'm very happy of the fact that we have another applicant. I did want to just quickly mention to the candidate, if you're appointed, please do keep in mind that you're joining the Senate at a point where a lot of the work has already begun. So just mindful of that if you're appointed tonight, right? You're going to have to do some training that's going to feel a little bit fast paced, but it's because we've already begun with the academic session for the school year. So just be mindful of that if you are appointed.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
With that being said, could we please get a motion? Have you?
Excuse me. I move to appoint Arya Doshi to the Academic Senate Committee on Planning and Budget for a 1-year term.
Have emotions. Have emotions. Toby seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands now. Please lower your hands. All against, please raise your hands. And all abstaining, please raise your hands. Alicia, sorry, was that a yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay. With a 12-1-0 vote, that motion passes and Arya is appointed. Unfortunately, our second appointment is not here. So we're going to move on to officer reports. Gotta keep mine short. Everything's written. I'm going to continue my tradition of one highlight a week. And my highlight this week was the Chancellor Fireside chat with all of you, which is really good. Tamim?
Nicholas not here?
No. Next, we have Josh.
I'll just keep everything written today.
Have you?
Yeah, most of my report is going to be written, but the main thing I want to highlight and talk about was our Adam, myself, and GSA's meeting with Chancellor Hunt this past Thursday, which was pretty successful in being able to talk about certain issues regarding campus safety and accountability from administration now that we are able to more consistently meet with him before Julio Frank comes to campus. And from that, I was also able to secure meetings through EVP for a variety of my teams with student affairs through Vice Chancellor Monroe Gordon, which I'm really excited for as we sort of go more into like the winter and spring phase of our advocacy. So yeah, the rest of my report will be ready for today.
Thank you. Next, we have Jago.
My officer report, it's just gonna be updated and written.
Call me.
So one thing just from me, in collaboration with IVP, we're going to be hosting a time, place, manner public review workshop on Monday, the last day to submit public review. So if you haven't submitted public review or know people that haven't and would like to, you should come. Yeah, the rest is written.
Thank you. Chris Ramsey.
I'm going fully written today.
Chris Espino.
Hello, yeah. I just wanted to, mention a few highlights. This week we continue growing with folks interested in the commission. Number one. Number two, I wanted to re-highlight an event that took place just the week before in partnership with the Anderson School. It was a fantastic event for people who are interested in the programs, led by my chief of staff. Another highlight I wanted to make is we are currently, just for the public to know, I'm currently working with a former occupant of my position, and she has very generously offered to help me create some type of initiative with her funding. I just got off the phone call today, so I'm very, very happy to see, what is needed. So this is just an idea that came today because I had a conversation with the former occupant of this office, and I'm very excited for potential collaboration and to see what we can use the money that they're planning on allocating to the commission for. As I mentioned, this conversation just happened today, but I think how we're going to go about it, and this is just thinking aloud a little bit, but I've written it as well, is I want to hear what the students want us to do with this money. So we will be figuring out whether or not my office, we want to do that through an event, through some type of survey, but I'm really interested in seeing how the students can benefit from this initiative that will come through my office. I also want to make mention of the fact that we had a meeting with the UISB program. We're going to start recruiting a vice chair for that program. It's an incredible program where students really get the opportunity to teach a course. Well, I shall say facilitate a course for legal purposes, but facilitate a course of their choosing that they get to create. And I have a lot of more other exciting projects going on, but I'll refer to my written notes for the rest. I would also encourage folks to look at the notes because I had my secretary reconstruct the notes to make it more aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, please refer to my written notes.
Thank you, Robbie.
Hi. Super quick from me. We had Noon Tunes last week. That was super slay. We had Mary Lattimore, so there was a little harpist moment in Kirkhoff Patio, which was really, really fun. And then next week we have a screening of Anora, which is getting Best Picture buzz. So if you want to say that you've seen the movie before it gets the Oscar, get your tickets on our Instagram, guys. Yeah, everything else is written.
Carolyn?
Hi, yeah, most of my part is written, but a lot of what I've been working on this past week and the coming week are related to funding. So tying a lot of loose ends with SGA from last year, lots of recs that were in process, trying to figure out that, trying to award money to people that never got it from last year. Also allocating for CS Transpo, SFS, of course, BOD, and then upcoming this year, or not this year, sorry, this week, allocating to Shrek and also sitting in for the Student Initiated Outreach Committee. So yeah, lots of funding. You can refer to my written report for the rest.
Thank you, Alicia.
I'll do written. I just want to bump that ACCLA events still is really bad at getting back to me in terms of EOLs, but that's it.
Okay, I believe Pamela's on the call if we can sort that out later. Next we have Alex. Alex. Oh, she's on the call. Next we have Nico.
Hi all, allocate BOD funding, the rest is written.
Kiara.
Most of it is written, continuing to boost our programming fund. The information is there. And let's see, met with Diego about his office is planning the undocumented student health fair in November and how we can collaborate. And then let's see, our peer support lunch welcome week has started this week, which has been great. We did a little tidying up. Hopefully you guys are able to come by. We also are having events throughout the rest of the week. So I linked our Instagram post about it. Today we had our collaboration with TSR, it being transfer day. So we had some resources listed and some snacks that were there. So I got to meet a lot of transfer students, which was great. We just welcomed our intern group for this year at meeting today, which was really nice. And then, yeah, our Brew Necessities gift card program is continuing to be live for this quarter. So want to boost that. And our Earth Committee will be going to the November UCLA services meeting through UCLA to talk about like plastic bag reduction and just listed some of our upcoming events there.
Bueno.
Most of my reports or most of my updates can be found in my written report. But let any transfers you know know to follow our Instagram because we're doing a football game ticket giveaway very soon. Hopefully end of this week. If not by Friday, by Monday. So just tell them to follow us at UCLA PSR.
Last but not least, we have Tamim.
My report will be written today.
Thank you. Next, we're gonna move on to admin reps, and I believe we have to edit the agenda to include Lorelei. But we're gonna start off with, sorry, no, like in the future. We have Orlando. Next we have Jessica then.
So I'll keep it short. We have Spooktacular this Thursday, and if any folks want to participate in carving a pumpkin on behalf of your office, there are prizes. So let us know. We'll get you a pumpkin. We're also going to be doing in the Fun Zone mini pumpkin painting. So join us. And then just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the funding chairs who attended our training last week. We had a really great turnout. It was a really great meeting. We got through a lot of stuff. So hopefully we see the benefits of that now in the forthcoming allocations and utilizing SGA services. So appreciate you all for helping us get that out. Thanks.
Lori.
Only thing I have to say is see you on Thursday at LATC for the mixer.
Peter, do we have any updates? Peter, do we have any updates from you?
No, I'm all good on my side. Thank you guys. Sorry about that.
Last but not least, we have Jonathan.
Hey, hi, hello. Couple things from me. There is an e-waste drop-off tomorrow. So if you have a computer that's locked out or a printer or whatever it may be, please bring it down to my office by like 3 o'clock tomorrow. Yes, Adam.
One of the old computers is locked down. Can we have someone like cut through that or something?
Yes. Yeah, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Yeah, we have the key for sure. Yeah, so if you have e-waste, bring that tomorrow. Just a reminder that when your office is getting money from a funding body, that you should abstain from said vote because you are financially benefiting from said vote. There was one on BOD, and I don't know if it was like, I don't know. Yeah, but just keep that in mind. Like Lori said, your admin mixer is on Thursday from 3:30 to 5. A reminder that you all are more than welcome to invite your chiefs of staff so they can benefit from that as well, and that it is not too late to RSVP. Please utilize the form RSVP that's in that email so that student affairs can get an accurate head count. And then I would like to thank IVP, CSC, CAC, AAC, Gen Rep 3, FICOM, and CEC for scheduling their one-on-ones. Woo! If I didn't mention your name, you're on my list. So please sign up for your one-on-one. It'll either be with me or Lorelai, and I will drop again the link in the Slack. Otherwise, have a great week.
With that being said, oh, Chris Espino.
Thanks so much, Adam. Jonathan, quick question. So, I've asked my staff to identify about 2 to 3 projects that they're interested in working on for the school year. My secretary brought something to my attention that I wasn't particularly cognizant of, but she said that the USAC website is not on my UCLA. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I haven't had the chance to search up whether or not that's true, but since you're here, it would if it's not on there, would that be a possibility? I think it would be appropriate to have the student government website on UCLA, my UCLA, for students to easily access.
Yes, it is on there, and I sent you the file path.
Oh, okay, thank you. So I lost all of my data for the last 7 months. I locked my phone, so I probably didn't see it. So I'll go back and check your Slack.
It's under campus life, essentially, on my UCLA.
Okay, thank you so much.
You bet.
Any other questions before we close out? Seeing none. Where's the signing sheet? With that being said, Chris Espino, is your hand still up or?
Oh, my apologies. It's down now.
No worries. I adjourn this meeting at 7:43 p.m.
Wow, that's so fast. We're productive, y'all.